Hi, I'm Mitch Gallagher. Welcome to Sweetwater's Sound Check. This time out, a modern recreation of a vintage Neve compressor for 500 series. Let's get started. Vintage Neve 2254 diode-bridge compressors are very popular because of the coloration they impart to signals that pass through them. However, the original vintage units could be kind of noisy and they were inflexible as far as their controls were concerned. There wasn't a lot of control over attack time, threshold ratio, and so on. Rupert Neve Designs went back to the 2254 and used it as their inspiration when they were working on their Shelford series of products, the Shelford channel and the two Shelford preamps. And now they come out with a version for 500 series, the 535. The nice thing about this unit is that it's capable of coloration very similar to what the original 2254 produced, but it also is capable of transparent operation, so you can use it in a wide variety of applications. It also has a blend control incorporated, so you can do parallel compression right inside your 500 series rack. In addition, we have a total of 12 attack and release times. We'll take a look at that in just a second, as well as much more flexible ratio control and threshold control. Let's take a quick tour of the 535's front panel. There are a lot of features here because, again, this is a very flexible compressor. To begin at the top, we have the threshold control. As you turn this down, you'll increase the amount of compression that's being applied to your signal. Next up, we have the ratio control, which ranges from 1.5 to 1 to 8 to 1, and this allows very gentle compression up to a little heavier dynamics processing. Next up, we have the timing control, which simultaneously adjusts the attack and the release times. There are 6 settings here on the knob, from fast to slow to auto. But you can actually double the number of settings by pressing the fast switch, which divides the attack and release times in half, effectively giving you 12 different settings for attack and release using this single timing control. Next up, we have the blend control, which I mentioned earlier, and this allows you to do parallel compression right inside the unit. This control ranges from full compression when it's all the way to the right to the full dry signal when it's all the way to the left, and you can pan in between to get a blend of dry and wet, which allows you to retain natural dynamics while still getting the effects of the compression. At the bottom, we have our input level control, and there are 4 switches. At the bottom, we have our compressor in and out, which is a bypass switch. Next up, we have a link switch, which in an R6 or other Rupert Neve Designs 500 series racks allows you to link 2 of these units together in stereo. That's how I'm operating these 2 units today. At the top, the SC switch introduces a 150 Hz high-pass filter into the side chain. This allows more natural compression when you're working on bass-heavy material. Rounding things out, we have an output level meter and a gain reduction meter. The coloration in the original 2254 and in the 535 actually comes from 2 different places. First of all, the diode-bridge design is very sensitive to input level. When we increase the input level, we'll drive the unit harder, and that begins to introduce a lot more harmonic content. It really makes the sound richer, really gives it a pleasing tonality. So as you reduce the threshold and as you increase the input level, you'll be adding more and more coloration. The timing control is also critical to the amount of coloration that you're getting out of the 535. As you increase it toward the fast side, you'll be getting more and more coloration. As you turn it down toward the slow side, you'll have a smoother compression and less coloration. So for the cleanest operation, you want to keep the threshold high, the input level at a moderate range, and the timing control set over to the slow setting. For more coloration, bring down the threshold, increase your input level, and turn things over to the fast side. It's difficult to hear the effects of a compressor like this over a video. You really need to hear it in your own studio over high-quality monitors to get the full effect of what it's doing and what it's imparting to your signal. But let's run a few signals through here. I'll play with some knobs, and let's see what happens. I hope you've enjoyed this look at the 535 500 series compressors from Rupert Neve Designs. Really an interesting compressor that allows a lot of coloration to be imparted to your signals, yet it also is capable of transparent operation. We have a lot of flexibility with the controls, stereo linking, the convenient 500 series form factor. I highly recommend you check this out. It's an ideal compressor whether you want more vintage style compression or you're after more modern tonalities. Thanks for joining me for Sweetwater Soundcheck. I'm Mitch Gallagher.